let's tease out some of the subtleties. So if all they heard was you just retired, you're having these issues, great. If it was 3 months, that's fine as a diagnosis. But it's not fine after 3 more months because now it's time barred, right? That's only one iteration. Here's the other iteration. Oh, so you just left your work. How long have you been doing this work? Oh, wow, that's a long time. Start asking the other questions. So we're at the VA, so you're a veteran. Did you see combat? Oh, you did. In other words, there's a whole set of predictable questions that VA ought to be prepared to ask that they're not asking. They're
That's
not.
right.
And they could literally have a mandate where you come in, tell us your service. Great. Did you see this? Did you see that? They could do that. But in my opinion, Jason, they're disincentivized to do that for several reasons. And the only one I'm going to bring up now is I think that there's a fear that if VA accurately reports, for example, incidents of post-traumatic stress disorder diagnoses among veterans, incidents of suicide among veterans, incidents of military sexual trauma among female veterans, which is high. If they were to accurately report that people would just flood out of the military and that they have a serious recruiting problem. Now, on one level, that's a legitimate concern. It's not the VA's concern. It's not the VA's concern.
Right.
Ultimately, that's Congress's concern because they need to figure out what to do so that the military can actually recruit the way it's supposed to. But as I shared in a post on LinkedIn about something else, I have problems when it's the wrong government official trying to sort out certain problems. What we're dealing with right now is a problem of proper medical care within the medical healthcare network, the Veterans Hospital Administration, because that's what it's called, that is supposed to be treating veterans, that is positioned better than anyone else on the planet to understand veterans and their issues, and just balks, fumbles on the 2-yard line. There's no defender within 20 yards, and they just they drop the, come on.
That's right.
You remember from Peanuts how, I forget who was doing the kicking, but Lucy used to yank the ball, right? She used to pull the ball, and then bang. That's just like that. Veterans are showing up. Okay, I'm ready. And then VA at the last one yanks the ball away, and it's like, what are you doing, VA? The point is to get the ball forward. Why are you, what are you doing? Right, being VA. That's right. They're being VA. Right. And so, yeah. But
I appreciate that.
I'm glad you asked. Thank you. I love this fight. And it's just, but it is a fight. It's just, it's a fight, and I get it. I have a better perspective now with certain aspects of this fight, understanding that, that the job of the attorneys on the other side is basically to do the fight. Like, they're not looking, in my opinion, to be reasonable almost ever. And so, I'm an attorney. I get it. It's just, what frustrates me is below that level, when you're dealing with agency personnel, you're dealing with bureaucrats, here are the regs, here are the rights, and instead of the experience that veterans have with VA being this non-adversarial, ameliorative experience, it leaves them burnt out even more. It leaves them, walking away from VA for years, like your dad did, right? Walk away from VA for years because it's just like, you guys aren't helping me. And, our tax dollars are funding that. They're funding that. And they should be funding that. But the quality and the level of care should be much, much, much higher.